My little mini lecture today is very mini, but just to remind you, because I think you get so distracted in life, you forget simple things sometimes, like things you should definitely stop saying to your kids. I mean, there are things I see when I'm out and about. The stupidest thing I think I see dog owners do with their dogs, they have some little thing on a leash, little hairy thing, and they'll go, sit, 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 sit. And the dog already knows to count to 50 sits before he sits. That's what you're training him to do. You say a command one time. You say 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, and boom, there's a correction. Dog looks at you and goes, she's not kidding. Then you walk a little bit and you go, sit. The dog, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. The dog is looking up at you going, yeah, you did that once, but you're probably not going to do it. Bam! Just a week and a half of only corrections for 2 days. And I've got a German Shepherd who walks properly with his shoulder next to my left knee. And if I stop, his butt hits the ground instantly. He looks around. Took him out training today. Had a great last experience just before I hit the car. There were 3 guys and 5 beagles, plus some other kind of bigger dog, like a golden retriever, but it was orange, something like that. Anyway, these beagles talk. Because one started walking up and it's going, oh, and the other starts responding to that. They are talking to each other. I am convinced of it. As I'm walking up and all this starts, I take a firm hold on my leash because I figure this is an opportunity. My dog may lunge because there's all this frenetic barking, and that might just light his fire. I don't know. It was so obvious he was my dog at this moment. I had a friend with me, but that is definitely your dog. Just sort of stood there looking at them like, what? Didn't lunge, didn't move. His ears were up, but he had this like, what is all this about? Why are you so noisy? He just stood there. And my friend said, oh, I could pick which one was yours. And one of the men said, that's a very well-trained dog. Could almost not get my head back into the car. It was so big at that point. Anyway, 4 seemingly harmless things you should not be saying to your kids, and one of them is, hurry up! Why would you tell a kid to hurry up? Start things earlier if their time is an issue, but don't hurry kids up. Kids are slow. It's built in. They want to dawdle. They want to explore. They want to examine. They want to put their finger up their nose and see if there's anything new. They want to smell flowers. They want to pet dogs. They want to collect bugs. They want to think. They want to dream. And that's why they don't have ulcers. Unless they have a parent who goes, hurry up! Now, if you have a behavioral pattern where you're continually rushing and anxious, overwhelming, ongoing sense of urgency, your health sucks. I can tell you that right now. And that's documented. So smell the flowers. Sometimes, today was an example when I was out with Mikey doing the training. Some of it is on the cement, some of it was on the grass as I try to approach other dogs. Stay about 10 to 12 feet away just in case there's an issue. I can control the situation, but he's getting so good, it's like, oh, please, Mom, I already know I'm not supposed to woof, woof, I got it. Just move along, huh? So I call it text messaging between dogs. All the pee smells and everything on the grass. They have to stop and say, oh, that one, what did that say? Oh, look at that. And, your kids, that's what your kids like to do. So you don't have to walk fast. There's nothing in walking fast. I slow myself down, let him smell the text messages. I mean, that's his world. Let him have it. There's a reason I need him to pay attention. I'll let him know. there's one button I have had since childhood. It's number 2 on my hit list of 4 things you don't say to your kids, and that's to calm down. To this day, somebody tells me that, my blood pressure probably doubles. It produces the exact opposite. It escalates the situation, not de-escalates it. It's the worst thing to say when somebody is angry. You know why. As soon as somebody tells us to calm down, what does that mean to us? Your feelings aren't valid. You have no reason to be upset. I used to hear that from my dad all the time. Not supposed to feel the feelings. Geez Louise on toast. Are you freaking kidding me? Yeah. To this day, somebody tells me to calm down. It's like, Part 2 of that, which is closely related, is don't cry. Crying is good. People often say, I'm going to cry. I go, cry. Just cry so I can understand your words. Sometimes I have people breathe a little bit because I cannot understand a word they're saying, so I need them to stop crying so we can communicate. Normally speaking, though, it's time to cry. They got to cry. Telling them not to cry is like telling somebody not to bleed. Perfectly healthy and natural emotional response. Makes us healthier. Takes stress down. And my lacrimal glands for 2 years have really gotten to work out. They are so competent. No constipation in tears here. Okay? And to me, one of the worst things you can say to any kid who comes over and just wants a little attention or wants affection, wants a hug. And sometimes, Mikey or BB will come over and this is not the time. I have to remind myself they have feelings too. Don't say not now and push them away. Don't do that. It's very hurtful to them. What you can say is, what you can say or do is one of 2 things. Stop what you're doing. Not now, whatever it is you're doing. So I catch myself even now with the dogs, and if they're coming over and they want something and I'm in the middle of doing some stretch or something if I'm turn on the TV and I do a whole bunch of stretches and stuff like that, I just stop what I'm doing, give them some love, and they move on. And I go back to what I'm doing. If you can't do that, really, you got your finger on an artery that's going to explode and somebody will bleed to death, okay? If you really can't do it, then you say, I love you and I'd love to do this. Can it wait a moment till I finish this? And then I'll be able to enjoy it more with you, playing a game or whatever. If you just give me a moment, I will just finish this. And depending on the age of the kids, some of them are able to do that, some aren't. They're like 2, that's a little tougher. But that's wonderful. It's wonderful. Teaches kids a little bit of patience, doesn't make them feel like they're unimportant next to whatever the hell it is you think is so important. That's why a lot of people who, quote, do work at home and are at-home parents are not really at-home parents, because everything else still has priority. Now, I am standing here at the microphone, and at my feet is Mikey with his brand new green throw toy. And what he does is he drops it at my feet, and then sometimes he stands there and stares at it, figuring something magical will happen, and it usually does. So during commercials, I will go out the door and throw it a few times. And that's all about bonding. With kids, with people. It's all about bonding. It's showing they matter and paying a little bit of attention, as opposed to saying, screw off, I'm busy for 3 hours. God bless commercial breaks. My number, 1-800-375-2872.